Hey guys, it's Allison. I'm here to do a new video for you. I know it's been a long time since I've done one, but I haven't really been doing a lot of reading and a lot of blogging over the summer months. So now that the weather is cooling down and summer is coming to an end, I thought I would get back into it. And the first video that I'm going to do for you today is a book haul. I recently went to 2 library book sales and I picked up quite a few books. So I thought I would show you guys which books I picked up. This, I'm going to have to split it into 2 parts because I've got so many books. So the first one is 16 books, and I'll show you what I got. So the first book I picked up is Pizza, Love, and Other Stuff That Made Me Famous, and this is by Catherine Williams. It sounds really cute. It's about a girl named Sophie Nicolaides, and she gets talked into participating on a reality TV show, like a cooking show for teens. So it sounds interesting because I do love reality TV shows, especially about cooking, and I also love YA novels, so let's put the 2 together, right? The next book I got is called Playing with Fire. This one is by Bruce Hale, and it is about this young boy, Max Segredo, and he is in foster care, but he gets kicked out of all of the foster homes that he goes to, so he goes to this new orphanage, and it is called Mary Sunshine Orphanage on his 13th birthday, but this isn't like any other orphanage. It's actually kind of like a school for spies where they do all these classes to prepare them for being spies. And he gets a note, a coded message, stating that his father is still alive, and he is going on a mission to try to find out what this means. So this one is more like a children's or a middle grade book, and I love middle grade books, so I figure why not give it a shot. The next one is also a middle grade book. It's called Double Vision, and this one's by F.T. Bradley. And this one is about a boy named Link Baker, who I guess looks exactly like an agent for this spy agency. So they want him to get involved and participate in their missions because he looks exactly like their agent. And then I guess that's him and the guy that he looks exactly like. So, again, middle grade spy novel. I love them, and there's a lot of them out there, so I think I'll check this one out. Next is a book called Boys Wanted, and this is by Flynn Meany. This is about a small town called Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin, and all of the eligible guys from like high school age are moving away or transferred to a new school or whatever it may be. So the pickings of boys are quite slim. So I guess you can see as the picture shows that the ratio of guys to girls is not very good for the girls. And so they start looking at guys that they've known before in a different light. And yeah, this one looks interesting. Then I've got 6 Months Later, and this is by Natalie D. Richards. This is about a girl named Chloe who falls asleep in study hall in the middle of May and then wakes up 6 months later, and her life is completely different. So she was a mediocre student before, she had a best friend, she was, boyfriendless, and now she wakes up and she all of a sudden is on track to be the valedictorian. She's being recruited by an Ivy League school, and the most popular boy in school, super jock Blake, is her boyfriend. So this one sounds intriguing, and I was like, okay, I want to see what happens. Next, I picked up The Social Code, and this is by Sadie Hayes, and it kind of sounds like The Social Network, the movie. It's about 2 18-year-old twins, Adam and Amelia Dory, who get into Stanford, and then they have come up with this idea and are on the verge of being the next big thing. So I actually a coworker read this one, and she's not into YA novels, but she read it and she said it was good. I think it's a series as well, so yeah. The next one I bought is The Rule of Thirds, and it's by Chantel Gurtin, and I guess it's a Canadian book. so this one is about a girl named Pippa Green. She never goes anywhere without her cameras, as you can see on the front with all the cameras. Yeah, and so it's about her taking pictures and her life. It sounds like a contemporary novel. Next is called After Iris, and this one is by Natasha Farrant. It is about a family who are trying to cope after the death of one of their children, Iris. And yeah, it's like, again, it's a middle grade novel, but I've heard good things about this one. I've seen it around on lists of people's favorites and stuff like that. Next, I got Eternally Yours, which is the last book in the Immortal Beloved series by Kate Tiernan. And I read the first two already, and I just been waiting to pick this one up. And so when I saw it, I figured, okay, the time is now. If you haven't read the first two, I won't spoil it. I won't read the back or anything for you. But this is about a girl, Nastasia, and she's immortal. And she's 450 years old, and it's about her life. Actually, really interesting. I don't want to spoil it, so it's hard to kind of give you a really good summary, but the first two are really good. I'm excited for this one and to see how it ends. And let's just say that there's a character named Rain who is amazing, and you will all fall in love with him. Next, I picked up Rebel Heart. This one is by Maura Young. It's the second in the Dustlands series. This cover is so shiny. And the first book is Blood Red Road, and so this is the sequel. It's about, this one I guess is about the boy, but I read that one so long ago I can't even remember. Anyway, it's, the first one I found really good. It kind of is reminiscent of the Hunger Games or a dystopian novel genre, I guess, book. It is a little hard to get past in the beginning because the main character's grammar and wording's very off and weird. So it does take a little bit of getting used to, but after you get through that, the story actually picks up something really good. So I definitely want to continue on with the series. And the third one and the final book is already out. So I plan to pick up this one and the second book soon, sometime soon, to figure out or find out what happens at the end. Then I got a couple of books in the Nightshade trilogy. So this one is Blood Rose, and it's by Andrea Kramer. I haven't read the first ones yet, so I plan to read it soon, and I have the first one on my shelf. I just haven't gotten around to it. And then I also picked up Rise and Rift. These are they go along with the same series, but it's its own series. I guess it's a prequel series. So I'll show you on the back. Here are the whole series. So this is the first one. It's called Nightshade, Wolfbane. I don't have that one. Blood Rose, that's the one I just picked up. And then Snake Root, I don't have that one either. And then the Rift, and then this one. So if anyone's read this series, let me know what you think about it and if I should move it up on my TBR list. I also picked up a book by Steve Berry. It's called The Columbus Affair. So I have read a lot of Steve Berry's books. I've liked his standalone novels, which this one is, I think, unless it's a new series. And his Cotton Malone series, which I've probably read 5 or 6 of those ones. So I really enjoy his writing. It's action-packed. They're quick reads. This one is actually a large print book, so as you can see, it is quite large. But that makes it pretty quick to read these books, I find anyway. This one is about Christopher Columbus and somebody who writes about him. And he always has really fun stories, and they always lead to the discovery of something old and amazing. I also picked up The Yoga Teacher. This is by Alexandra Gray. I've been doing a lot of yoga lately, so this one kind of just caught my eye when I saw it, and I was like, okay, this looks interesting. It's It's about a girl named Grace who is a pharmaceutical rep. She doesn't really like her job. She goes to meet up with this guy, Dr. James, and he's going to learn medicine in Vietnam. And she all of a sudden quits her job, leaves her boyfriend, and goes to America to become a yoga instructor. And when she comes back, she sets up a practice, and it's all about the different people who come to her classes, and it sounds interesting as well. The last book that I got, and the one that I was most excited for, and it was actually one of the books I was looking for when I went to the book sale, is The Luminaries, and this is by Eleanor, is it Cotton? I don't know. So this is actually the winner of the Man Booker Prize for 2013. It's been on my TBR for a while, and I actually have the audiobook, but it is a monster of a book. And so I always like to follow along, especially when the writing is so small, and follow along with the audiobook. And then another reason I wanted to have this book was because it has little extra things. I know one person I was talking to, they were taking notes because there was so much going on in the book, and lots of characters and stuff. So I think I needed this book to follow along with the audiobook. And yeah, so I was really excited because, like I said, it is such a big book that it's originally priced $35, and I got it for $1 at the book sale because they said that there was some damage. But as you can see, it doesn't look like there's very much damage. There was a little bit of water damage so that the pages aren't exactly straight in a little area right here, which, whatever. $35 for $1. You can't go wrong with that. All of those books actually cost me $9. So, I mean, when books are that cheap, how can you say no? So that's the first book sale that I went to. I'm going to do another video. I'm actually going to film it right now, and I'll show you the other books that I got at the other sale. So if you have any comments, questions, leave them down below, and I will definitely answer them back. Let me know if you read any of these books, if you like them, if you didn't, which book I should read right away, which one I should do a review on, etc. And then you can also check out the blog. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff on there in the near future, so definitely check it out. Thanks, guys.